All right, chat. Let's find out. Right now, we are last in our division. We're dealing with some injuries at the major league level, including Andy Holland still being out for about another week. Well, 2 days, technically. All right. Let's find out how this draft went. Home run derby-wise in Washington. No representation from us, no surprise, but the Athletics' Justin Brandt. I will never get over that. I will never get over not getting that player. Never, ever. It was listed as our first day to sign draft pick, so let's find out. We'll start off with the Fishman, Ruben Eckert, and Julius Slinger. $12 million to try to sign people. It's actually not going to let me sign Fishman. It's not going to let me sign. It said today was the day to sign people. What the hell? Yet it's not letting me. Even Trujillo. That's really weird. That's really weird. Oh, let's build up interest in Del Villar, Fabregas, and Hiller then, in case that is weirdly glitched out. And we'll see. Zach Hargrove gets traded. Great first baseman. Let's find out who made the All-Star game for us, if anybody did. Well, we know at least one person did. Felix Hernandez, huh? Who made the All-Star game for us? Kenny Watts, our closer. Well, Jude Dewitt pretty much has a free lane to be the All-Star catcher of the year. Juan Guerrero, I think that's his first All-Star appearance. Our second representative. Do we have anybody else? No, we did not. American League-wise, Kansas City stole him away. Coronado makes an All-Star game. I hate it here. And you already know he's going to be there at catcher. Wow, he wasn't. Interesting. Hold on. Hold on. I mean, Wilkes is still doing well, but buddy, are you happy that you went there? You could have stayed here, but you didn't. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really quickly, before we focus on the scouting, let's see what we have for potential call-ups as well. In terms of potential call-ups, why'd they sign Baltimore when they have Adley? They don't have Adley in this one. But at least not anymore, they don't. All right, really quickly, Howard Noble and Alejandro Rodriguez could both go up to Double-A, but again, we have a shitload of depth at shortstop. Honestly, I think we're just gonna hold the roster where it is for the season and start doing it that way. What about our other starting pitcher? That was one Bobby Tom Brady on the Boston Red Sox. Last year's Cy Young winner, 9-4 record, 3.84 ERA. Not quite as good this year as he was with us last year, but he is still doing pretty solid. And again, what are the odds? The guy, Bobby Brady, that we renamed Bobby Tom Brady, changes number to number 12, and he signs in Boston. All right. Can we land Del Villar? Yes, we can. We'll find out what the situation's going to be here with Alberto Del Villar. There's a very good chance we just drafted another Gutierrez, but we'll find out. Fabregas. Signs. Hiller we still got to work on. Let's get him out of there for the moment. So we got Fishman, Eckert, Slinger. Fishman declines the initial deal. Eckert signs. Slinger declines. Okay. Let's get Mario Lopez in here. Mario signs. I am a little bit worried about the money. What about Trujillo? Trujillo also signs. All right, from there, let's get Hiller in there. Try to up his interest. Let's take out Fishman, take out Slinger, work on Harvey Grove and Roger Reese. How badly did we screw up? That is the question. That is the question. Josh Fishman. Signs. Julius Slinger. Signs. We're down to the final three. There we go. There is a chance that we just absolutely botched. This might have been our worst draft. Other than Justin Brown, to remember the other generational pick. God, he was on the top prospect list a minute ago. I don't know if he's still there. The beginning of the season, he was there. He's not there anymore. He got called up. I don't remember the guy's name. He was a third baseman, though. At least I'm pretty sure he was a third baseman. And other generational talent was... Oh, come on. Should have gone the other way, apparently. I could have sworn he was a third baseman. If he's not, well, shit. He's not a third baseman. I don't remember. Thought he was a second baseman. Let's find out. If he's a first baseman, it was a second baseman. It was Darryl Slade, who's batting .285 with Philadelphia right now at 20 years old. So, that's fun. That's fun. Scouting gods are giving me a 99 potential, 79 overall left fielder. Fucking hell. I can only... Del Bowser! Oh my god, they traded him! The second we look at him, they trade him for Del Bowser. That is some rough AI trade logic. Holy balls. Wow. Well, so far these guys not interested in signing. Yeah, all three of them declined. It's okay. Keep working on them. Wow. What are the odds of that that trade, huh? Let's see, Russell Hiller still being a pain. Roger Reese still being a pain. Harvey Grove signs. Two guys left out of what could end up being a very disappointing draft class, in all honesty. Did we choke with how many picks we had available? Russell Hiller signs, and our final player, Roger Reese. We sign him up too. All of those draft picks that you see on the left, plus a 5th and 6th rounder. But did we blow it after losing our two best starting pitchers and an all-star catcher? Did we blow it with Del VR? It's time to find out. Hello, Crash Andrews. Sweet, beautiful, handsome, gorgeous Crash Andrews. Yeah, we would have picked up another injury there, too. This time it was DJ Hamlin, and Juan Guerrero breaks his foot after making the All-Star game. So, GG's. GG's. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Did we fuck up in the first round? 13th overall. It was worth the risk. I knew that's likely what he was, but I had to risk it. There was no other player that looked as boom or bust as he did. Like I said, we could have taken a starting pitcher who would have been fine. But if it turned out that our scouts were wrong about his potential, we would have been laughing to the bank. It was worth the risk at 13. I wouldn't have taken this guy top 10, top 5. But at 13, it was worth the risk, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. And that is true. He's 18 years old, maybe, just maybe. If we put him in like single A, maybe he'll go up to a C potential. That's the hope. Antoine Fabregas was the guy that's like, well, shit, we didn't take a pitcher in the first round. He's fine. He's fine. Good overall at 18 years old. C potential. He's fine. He's obviously not going to be a future ace. Then there's the catcher, the Fishman. A potential at 19 years old. He is a 50. He's got a long way to go, but at least we have a project catcher in the system with Josh Fishman. Then there's starting pitcher Russell Hiller. That's not bad. 18B at 55. Pretty good. Decent velocity and break as well to start off. Only 3 pitches, but hey, that takes the sting off of that first round pick a little bit. Ruben Eckert is fine. Like he might eventually be a long reliever. 20 years old, 58C. It's not abysmal, but it's not amazing. Mario Lopez, 55B is nice. 22 years old is not. He's a long shot. He is a long shot for sure. Julius Slinger, 2152. That's a bit rough, but he does have an A potential and phenomenal break. Luis Trujillo. Luis, you're beautiful. Same situation there, basically, with Slinger and Trujillo. Long shots to make it, but at least we got some projects in the system. There's the third baseman, Roger Reese. Terrible overall. He'll never make it. He'll never make it. And then that other catcher we took, Harvey Grove, in the 6th round. He's shit. It's absolutely terrible. Del VR, 61 potential. Well, GG's. GG's. You had to hope it'd be like a 68. So maybe he could go up to a C potential. Yeah, that didn't happen. Oof. It was, hey, there's no sorries. We risked it. We knew the risk. The only way it's upsetting is if one of those starters who looked a little bit mid actually was amazing. But even then, our scouts didn't tell us that. Overall, we did okay. We did okay. You know, did we hit a home run with the... You know, did we hit a home run? No. Did we absolutely blow it? No. Let's look elsewhere. Again, as always, I mean, Jesus, look at Shibuya, look at Lozano. I mean, they're fine. I'm only going to point out really good players in the interest of time. Like John Betts in left, who was way off the board for the Diamondbacks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, even if it's like C potential guys are okay, I'm just not going to look at them. Let's focus on the best options. Cristobal Fuentes at first. He's not bad. Almost an A potential. And then there's also Caleb Spoon, a reliever. He's okay. 18 and 51, but a high B. Dodgers, Robert Wooten, who was a starter we were looking at. He's fine. He's solid. That's the type of player you can get any other year. San Diego, Claudio Nunez, another guy we were looking at. Again, he's fine. You can get a player, a starting pitcher like that in any other draft. And Oliver Feliz, unfortunately, a bit low of an overall. Bob Lancaster, decent project, shortstop. San Fran took Tapia. Again, he's fine. He's fine. He's not amazing. You can get that in any other draft year. So far, I do not regret my decision to go for it with that left fielder. Not at all. Now I officially regret going for it. And of course, it's fucking Baltimore. Now again, you can still get a player like Billy Layton any other year. I don't know if I was going to take him though. To be honest, I was probably going to take that other guy. Because he was the guy, he was projected like 4th or 5th by our scouts. There was the other guy who was projected third, and that's probably who I would have taken. So we'll see what we're dealing with here in a minute. Boston had one draft pick because of the compensation they had to give up, including for Bobby Tom Brady. But they got a pretty good pick in Andreas Espinoza, who we wouldn't have taken 13th overall, but still. Yankees gets starting pitcher Robbie Kenny. He was projected 100. They took him at 30. He's not bad. Not bad at all. God damn it. Tampa. Yeah, we kind of knew that Becerra was going to be mid. And then Valenzuela. It's okay. Now again, he went one pick before ours. He went 12th overall. That's who I was leaning towards taking. So that one's not our fault. That was one pick. He went 12th. We had the 13th pick. That does hurt to know, though, that the Blue Jays picked him up because I would have probably taken that guy. I like the way his attributes looked. So that hurts. But that's just bad luck. There was nothing we could do about that. They also landed Ronald Collins, who isn't that bad. White Sox. Not a great draft. Not a single B potential guy or higher, even if that guy does have a good starting OVR. Cleveland went way off the board to take Medwick, 2nd overall. He's fine. That's about it for them. Detroit, Daniel Urban. Someone else who I think we could have taken. Again, your average first-round starter. Kansas City. DeMille, whatever, he's fine. And McCormick's okay. That overall's low for a 23-year-old, though. Minnesota, Tim Bowman. Again, your average first-round starter. And then they got Nakajima, the closer. He was projected 1st overall. Yeah, it turns out he was insane. But we didn't have a chance to draft him. We would have had to taken him 13th. He went like 37th. Houston. Nobody amazing. At least by potential. Yeah. And with that, we officially blew it. It was down to Chad McCann or Del VR. Our scouts did not. I mean, it says that was 81 to 96 scouted potential. Our scouts did not really let us know, though, as far as I recall, that his attributes were looking that good. I don't recall them saying, yeah, his velocity is going to be almost a 90. So, do I blame some of it on the scouts? A little bit. Was that the obvious choice? Yes. Was it worth the risk? That's up for people to decide. I say yes. But yeah, we did miss out on an A potential 68 overall 18-year-old and Chad McCann. Fuck. Figueroa, closer to the Vegas Athletics. Pretty solid. Terrence Killian, Torres, not bad. Wouldn't say it was worth it. Well, yeah, with hindsight, it wasn't worth it. At the time, though, there were plenty of people in chat saying go for it. Whether or not they were trolling or not, it's who's to say. But we went for the mystery box. Could have been anything. Could have been an A potential prospect. It was not. Number 1 overall pick, Dominique Lerma. 1st overall, stud. Stud of a player. Mets get Oswaldo Samuels, not bad, and Ryan Fortune, not bad. Philly with Phil Redding, yikes. Ruiz is okay. Walker's fine. MacArthur's fine. Decent draft for Philly. Lord knows they need to restock the cupboards after that last trade. Tommy Irvin, 3rd overall pick, solid. Peralta, solid. Now, I had a feeling there was going to be a pitcher later on who would be taken later that would have an A potential. We didn't get him, but we did have Oscar Gutierrez on our short list. But we didn't take him. Different reality, we would have just picked up 2 A-grade prospects. But we didn't. Again, at face value, we didn't have an abysmal draft. Wow, what a pick there. But comparing those who we did pick compared to who we could have picked, some of them, like Gutierrez, I mean, it was best guess. Power of hindsight and the power of Pine Sol could have been a much better draft. I don't know if we had the chance to draft Miguel German or Herman, but if we did, well, we fucked that up too. We'll see what the future brings, but there's some pain there. There is some pain in them there hills. As we have won over 50 games, we do lose another player to injury, so congrats to those that bet the over. Wonder who we just lost to injury, by the way. Starter Johnny DaCosta. And we are still without Juan Guerrero. 60 wins is a hell of a lot better than I thought we'd... do. So Guerrero's still out for another 2-3 weeks. DaCosta's still out. So we do have some space to call some people up. I mean, we could certainly give Pablo Ramirez an opportunity. I mean, we do have to call some people up. All right. So really quickly then, let's treat this like we used to treat the All-Star call-ups, as I am trying to shrug off that draft. I don't like about the lack of break. Madden's franchise mode is still the most fun because of the breakout system. That's right, I said it. So Howard Noble is ours. Let's bump him up to AA. Let's bump up Alejandro Rodriguez. Santana is ours, and so is Sean Carter. Let's bump all these guys up to AA. And then here, I don't know if we can get away with it, but Gutierrez to triple. Lima can go to triple. DJ Liss. Louis Kingman. Ray Nunez. Half a decade. Oh, Madden's franchise in a lot of ways is still abysmal. But that breakout system creates more immersion than any other franchise mode on console. All right. Let's call up. Release the Fritas. Get him to the major league level. And Charles Rivas. Let's get you to the major league level. From there, we need 2 relievers. We will go with Chris Martin's. What's the worst overall franchise? NHL. It's true. Could argue I'm a little bit too critical towards it, but I stand by that statement, in all honesty. We gotta send one dude down to AA, and then there we go. Our rosters are set. Let's auto-fix lineup. Beautiful. All right. Well, let's see if we can get through this. It's not looking like we're going to be the worst team in the league. 70 wins might be possible. It's going to be close. So we get a player back from injury. And it was Guerrero. So let's just drop Allen Hill down to single A, because who the hell cares? AAA Ball Club wins 66 games. It's not very often that they do that, so that's frankly kind of impressive for them. AA Ball Club still only won 34 games. And the Pirates finish with a record of 74-88. Honestly, if we did not lose those pitchers and that catcher, we would have made the playoffs finally. That would have been the year. We just took way too much of a hit. Way too much of a hit. So now we are mid and just kind of stuck there. That's the unfortunate side of things. So standings-wise, 74 and 88. Cubs, Phillies, Rockies below us. And the Astros. We were actually pretty bad. We were actually pretty bad. The league, there was a lot of parity in the league this year. A lot. From a stats perspective, Chris Montanez is up to an 84. He was our winningest pitcher. Best starter, I mean, you can kind of see the ERAs here were pretty damn rough. Theodore Hughes by ERA was our best starter. Oakland's the 1 seed. I mean, we're 15 years into the future. In terms of relievers, obviously not that many innings pitched. 40 saves, though, for Kenny Watts. 98 strikeouts for Austin Fielder. Darren McCauley, first year as the starting catcher, does hit 20 home runs with a 257 average, so he's a fine placeholder. He's never going to be an amazing all-star, but he is a fine everyday ball player. 24 home runs for Vince Messer, 22 for Juan Guerrero, who did miss time due to injury. We have an amazing dual threat at first base with these two. Andy Holland in his second year, 248 average. Not that bad. Not that bad for Andy Holland in his second year as a pro. Ricky Gutierrez breaking out. He is breaking out for sure. 753 OPS, but 19 home runs, 80 RBI. Fernando, 304 average for the 31-year-old shortstop, Fernando Flores. Not bad at all. Rene Gutierrez still played quite a bit left. He is down to a 71. Fuck. We got his fucking duplicate. Let's see. In center, Lewis Courtney hit 235. DJ Hamlin hit 244 this year. 19 dingers. That was significantly up from last year's abysmal stats for the former first-round pick, DJ Hamlin. And David Sanchez, 21 dingers and right. All in all, I mean, you know, the club proved to have some power. 5 different 20-home run hitters. Again, we weren't completely abysmal this year. Award winner Juan Soto wins another NL MVP. No shit with those numbers. AL MVP Spencer Torkelson in Boston. 3 straight years of a Red Sox winning AL MVP. AL Cy Young goes to Minnesota's Brandon Williamson with Bobby Tom Brady finishing in... Fuck. NL MVP, or NL Cy Young, excuse me, was Washington's Alan Lopez. Of course, last year it was Bobby Tom. NL batting title, Juan Soto. I mean, he hit 351 for God's sakes. AL Jackson Chourio. Torque finished in second. And Jordan Walker's there. Reliever of the year, Mr. George Mercedes. I mean, that guy was a stud. 73 strikeouts, though, for Abreu. NL, it was Elvis Medrano for the Marlins. Rookie of the year, not the Phillies, but the Mets, Darryl Slade. Oh, Philadelphia. AL Rookie of the Year is third baseman Steve Hedger, as the Athletics dominated that particular category. Wow. Traded away the Rookie of the Year in division. Darren McCauley wins a Gold Glove. Look at that. Good job, Darren. Very good job. Way to take over. Way to take over. Darren McCauley wins a Gold Glove. Any other Gold Glove winners on the team? DJ Hamlin. I mean, we kind of knew that. I mean, again, you look at the fielding, the speed. So good for DJ. Then we have a Silver Slugger. McCauley finished third amongst NL catchers. And I think that's about it. So we did have a couple of award winners this year. Not bad. Not bad at all. But again, the team is still kind of mid, and we're still kind of reeling from what the hell this team's going to look like in the future after that last draft. Minnesota, Baltimore, Toronto, Tampa, with Oakland and Chicago awaiting. Bobby Tom Brady's Red Sox did not make the playoffs. Torkelson, too. You got the Braves, Dodgers, Padres, Nats, with the Marlins and Reds awaiting. Who is going to win the 2033 World Series? The answer is the Cincinnati Reds, defeating the Chicago White Sox in 7 games. The Cincinnati Reds are champions, thanks to Juan Soto and company. That's all it took, was having a guy who hit 351. That's all it takes. Just get a guy who can hit 351 in the regular season, and you'll be insane. Insane. Bo Bichette there, too. Boy, I wonder who World Series MVP was. It was actually Joey Weimer. Weimer? Damn. Remember when Ken Light the Beam won it last year? Look at the outfield dominance. The World Series over the last 3 years. Okay. How bad is this offseason going to be? That's the big question. We did not lose anybody that we actually care about. Nolan Arenado and Jose Ramirez both make the Hall of Fame. 36 steals for Arenado, 277 for Ramirez. Just like the Oilers, you got this. Yeah, who knew, right, Mopsky? Oh, boy. This could be painful. This could be very painful.